Let's talk about one of the biggest questions that buyers have right at the start is how much money do you actually need to buy a home? So there are two parts that often get mixed up, your down payment and your deposit. They're both important, but they're used at different times in the process. So your down payment is a portion of the purchase price. So think of it as the cash part that you're putting towards the home or the mortgage. So in Canada, the minimum depends on the price of the property. 5% on the first 500,000, 10% on the portion above that, and some buyers choose to put more down, especially once you get to 20 or 30% or more. But the key is understanding what works for you and your overall plan. So this is something that we're going to look at together based on your comfort level, your monthly payments, and your long-term goals. There is no one-size-fits-all answer here. Now the deposit is different. So this is the amount that the buyer provides once the offer is accepted. It shows that you're committed to the purchase. So the seller is putting up the house and the buyer is putting up a cash deposit to say we are both binding on this agreement. So this is typically submitted within 24 hours of an accepted offer, and it forms part of your total down payment. So it's not extra money, it's just paid earlier in the process, and the remaining of the down payment is paid on closing. The amount of deposit can vary depending on the purchase price of the home and the situation. So we always structure this in a way that makes sense for you and for the property that you're purchasing. We'll always talk about this early, and it needs to be in an account that is accessible within 24 hours of getting an offer accepted. So a common question is, where does the deposit go once we have an accepted offer? The deposit is held by the listing brokerage in the real estate trust account, and then on closing, it's forwarded towards the down payment of the buyer. So for example, if you're buying a house at 500,000 and putting down 100,000 as a down payment, you might put down a $20,000 deposit. And that would mean that on closing, the remaining money that the buyer owes towards the down payment is 80,000. So this is one of those areas that feels a little confusing at first. So we'll always discuss this at the beginning so that we can get the numbers for your specific budget and for your specific purchase price. Now that you understand that your down payment and your deposit work, the next step is getting pre-approved. And that's what gives you a clear picture on what you can comfortably move forward with. So if you go to the next video, I'll walk you through exactly how the pre-approval process works and exactly what to expect and how to get it done.